Hello, everyone. I have a haul to do today. It is kind of a thrift store haul and pretty much a thrift store haul, but then I had some really nice presents from Picola. And if you don't know, Picola lives here very close to me, and we finally met a few months ago, right before I went to Lisa's in Texas, and we've been thrift store shopping a couple of times now, and it's really fun. And this last time we did have a really good day. We found a lot of fun things actually. So I want to get this haul done because I want to put the stuff away. And we shared some stuff from the haul, but then I thought she was only going to share from the haul, but then she brought me more. So I really want to show you all of this because I realized I don't have any of these patterns really. So this is plastic lace that she shared with me, and I'm putting this out so you can see it better. This we actually found at the thrift store. There were 2 whole pieces and a half piece and couple of half pieces in this package, and then there were these funny leaves, and she decided I seem to have the funny leaves. Now the funny leaves are glued to something, so you know, I'm pretty sure they'll come off, but this is perfect for a big piece of paper for coffee dyeing. So, and next time I coffee dye and eco dye, she's going to come over and we're going to do it together. So, she's going to be my assistant, she says. Ha ha ha. But then from her stash of these, she brought me this one, which is gorgeous. Now, we're questioning how well this will work for coffee dyeing because this center area right here is not open. It is actually a solid, I think. It doesn't appear to have open holes, but this center area does. So I think it's going to be an interesting thing to play with. You know, I have a couple of tablecloths that I have gotten, and I thought that would make me happy, but it's always fun to get more designs. This again, it has what appears to be tiny little holes and then the bigger pieces. So I don't know how it's going to work, but one of the things I did think of is that this might work very nicely on the jelly plate. It has a raised texture to it. So she's apparently been collecting. I didn't realize she had collected so many. She's done very well finding different ones. Oh, here's the half piece that was in the package from the thrift store. So look at this fun design. It's very different from the pineapples that I have. And this has got an interesting inside edge too. So and this tablecloth must have been completely lace all the way across. And here's another piece. So she brought me a bunch of new designs that I do not have. So I was really excited to get those. Then the other thing that we found and she shared, and I realized when I picked this up after she'd been here that she did not take half of these. May have to get on her case. It's really funny. Dana Yates sent me some of these recently. But these are German vocabulary cards. It has the German word and what they are, want to, intend to, be about to, claim to, and the German word. So they're German vocabulary cards, which I had never even seen any vocabulary cards like this until just recently. And silly girl, I'm going to have to talk to her about that because she was supposed to be keeping half of this box at least. But I'm not gonna get grumpy. No. Okay, and these thrift store things are all out of order, sort of, but because I was trying to do some cleaning, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get this done. I'm kind of sorry I didn't go ahead and buy, there was 2 bags of these, and didn't go ahead and buy all of them that they had because I've already used a whole box of them. I really like them for odds and ends of things, but I got them because I thought they'd be so cute to clip things into a journal. They're real tiny, itty bitty Bulldog Clips. They're little itty bitty things. So, and there was another bag of them, but heaven's sakes, there's 12 in a box. I probably will never be able to use them up, so I really didn't need another whole bag. I did find some foam stamps, and I've actually shared out of this bag already, sent some off in Happy Mail. Some of them have been used in kind of crunchy shape. I don't think that'll be a problem on the jelly plate. But usually, if that's the case, you can soak these, and some of them are brand new. That's one I probably would use a lot, although I may not, because I already have something that's similar. But in this bag was also some paintbrushes, which I didn't really need and didn't really realize was in there. I grabbed it for the foam stamps. So, but I really liked the dragonfly. This leaf is a really nice one. This butterfly. I like the spiral too. Although I think I have a spiral. And it's funny, I don't know that I use it very often. But these flowers, these 2 were also ones I thought I would use a lot. So, this is grass. It's very interesting, but I don't know that it's something I'll use a lot because I really bought these strictly for my jelly plate. These are going to be jelly plate things. It's funny, when we were in the thrift store, both of us had jelly plate things on our mind. So that's, I think, one reason why things came home that were jelly plateable. This is just, these are placemats, and it's very much the same thing as I have had other times that you use to keep things from slipping in your cupboards or protecting plates. But this looks like burlap. And I'm thinking on the jelly plate, that's going to be really cool. There was 4 of them, and I shared, and so I think that this is going to be a very interesting texture. I wouldn't have gotten another one that was just with the squares, but when I looked at it and realized it looked like denim, or not denim, but burlap, I thought that might be a texture I would use. So I grabbed those. And then I found these. This is U.S. license plate game, which I'm not going to play a license plate game. But y'all know that when we go off on a trip, I send my mama a postcard pretty much every day. I try to send one every day. Well, sometimes I don't have exactly what I need. Say we're just driving that day or whatever. And there's 40 sheets in here. It's just simple paper, 40 sheets of paper. But I can put like whatever this is, wherever I'm at kind of thing, and then go from there and use this for making my postcards for Mom. So I thought this was a pretty good buy for 99 cents that I will use it in that capacity. And in the same place, there was a whole basket of these Stampin' Up! Oh, I guess that one. I'll have to try to take that little bit out, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I didn't think about the address being on there. Somebody must have donated all these stamps. Some of them were not even used. As you can see, these have never been taken out of their container. That one looks like it's got its sticker on it, but that's it. These don't even have their stickers on them. So, I thought the $1.99 was okay. I have too many stamps, but I really liked a couple of things on this one. I really like this Starburst, and carving a stamp like that's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. And then these look like little punched holes with typewriter stuff behind them. I don't think you can see it, but it's got little letters behind it, and I thought that looks really cool. And that may be one of those things where I don't put it on a block or anything. I just use it as texture. I really liked this little stem, and then butterflies are always something I'll use. So I did go ahead and get myself one of these, and I got another one to send off. So that was, well, I don't know. I think that's a combination of stores. I can't remember anymore. We were in several stores before it was all over. Okay. If you do my lives here, I'm not sure when this is going to get posted, but I recently decided I wanted to play on a piece of this to see how it would work for my postcards when I do my postcards to send off to Mom. And I think it's going to work just fine. This is 4x6 printer photo paper, okay? And it's real shiny on one side, and the back side of it does have definite HP markings and all that kind of thing, but I just put my collage on the back side and then wrote on the front side, and it worked just fine. I did this kind of fast. I haven't really finished this yet. But it's plenty stiff enough, so that will save me a lot of time cutting up cardstock, because I usually have to sit and cut cardstock to take with me, and this will eliminate that little problem. And for $1, I don't know if it even told me how much is in here, but there's a lot in here for $1. So I got that for the postcards that I do when we're gone off. Okay, next is this, and I actually had looked at this piece of trim twice. Jeff and I went thrift store shopping here a month or so ago, and this was there, and I really liked it, but it was like I didn't have an actual idea of what I needed it for. And I have a lot of trim, so it's not something that I needed. But it is really pretty, and it is about the same colors as that leaf fabric that I got when my sister was here. And I think in conjunction with that, this will be really cool. So I got this to do a couple of things. It says there's 5.5 yards here. I don't know that there is. There might be, but it's debatable. One way or another, I thought it was really pretty, and it's color family that I will use. I also picked up this. This is just a little charm. I thought it was cute for 50 cents. It's just a little heart charm, and I thought that might be fun on a closure for a book. That's why I grabbed it. And I grabbed this. This happens to be a punch for disc bound. I believe it's disc bound. What do I want to say? Disc bound journals. And this one's a little different than the other one that I have in that it will lock out. Well, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know exactly how it works. I'm going to have to play with it a little bit. But it has 4, 3, and 4 little grooves, like you could not do all of them. So I'm not sure exactly. Letter Junior Compact Card PDA Micro PDA. So I'm going to have to look at it and play with it a little bit, but it was enough different than the one I had that for the $1 I thought it would be good to get. Okay. Oh, this was one of the first store we went to. And they had this, and I kind of liked him. And he was relatively inexpensive. And I got another little leaf stamp. I'm not sure if I have this one or not. But I really liked this pink flamingo. I thought he was kind of cool. He's been gently used. I'm not worried about him, but we'll have to play with him a little bit. Okay, we still have more. Yeah, I told you we had a very, very good shopping day. Okay, now I don't need yarn. I really don't. But this was really cool, and it wasn't horribly expensive. The deal is, it has got multiple different kinds of yarn in it, and I think from the way it's laid here, it's supposed to be multi-stranded. Ouch. I got a paper thing. It looks like the different types of strands come out at the same time. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal to me, but I thought it was really pretty with the idea of making tassels and things like that. And it just was colors that just spoke to me. So I really thought that will be fun to try make tassels and things out of. The Hobby Lobby price on this was $10.22, which is ridiculous. There's some wool in it, which is kind of interesting. There's 3% wool in this. For some of them, something has to have wool in it. But it's got totally different kinds of yarns in it. So it ought to be really fun to undo. Then I found these, and these have never been used. And you guys know I love letters and numbers. Now, these are not going to work on the jelly plate very well because they are the right direction. They're backwards. They're right for stamping, so they're backwards. So like this is the C, and it's backwards. The A, it's backwards. So when you actually stamp with it, it's going to come out correct. But I really like this sheet of numbers. So I may not take these apart. I may just use them as like that, as background kind of thing with my stamp pad, because I think that's another way to add to painty papers. And I was pleased that they come in their own little box, so they can be stored a little more easily. So I liked them. I thought they were, you know, they weren't too bad a price, so that was cool. Okay, then I got this, and I haven't even opened this, but there were so many cool things I could see, and the colors just were speaking to me. I should not have bought fabric. The last thing I need is fabric. I really and truly should not buy fabric, but sometimes it just hollers at me. And I'm thinking this needs to be turned into a journal, like right away. This just, like I said, it just kind of spoke to me. It was like, oh my gosh, I love this. It is, of course, upholstery samples, so you kind of lose a little bit on both ends because it came out of a sample book. But it's still plenty big enough either to make a journal cover or pockets or something. And the colors that were in it just really intrigued me. And what's really funny is that this trim came from a totally different store, but it goes. So that was another thing I think that made me want this package of fabric. There's textured fabric in here, as well as the printed, which that's just, I mean, I couldn't see all of it because it was wrapped up in that package, but and of course there's usually several shades of the same piece. Okay, and here's some plain colors. Oh, these might make fun pages within the book. The maroons and golds and greens just kind of just and like I said, the last thing I needed was fabric, but it just had to come home with me. It just did. Oh, this is I don't know if the camera picks this up. This is a really pretty soft green. And some things are smooth and some have texture in them. Sample books are fun. They are usually small pieces. Oh, isn't that just rich? Oh, there's a nice piece of that. Oh, these have like a stripe and a matching piece that kind of goes with them. So there's two little stripes, and then there's the one with the leaves on it. That was another thing. It kind of had these, I could kind of see some of the leaves and things. Oh, now that's really fun texture. And while I do not need fabric to make clusters with, whatever I don't use, excuse me, whatever I don't use, say in a journal or something, I can use up to in making clusters and things. And honestly, this part right here that's backed, getting this backing off is usually a pain. But if you cut that piece to be the bottom part of your cluster, then you've got a solid piece that you can glue to. So, oh, look at that one with this stripe. And that's almost denim-like, but it really isn't. And then there was this piece. Yeah, I couldn't just leave it. It was so pretty. And I can't tell you for sure, but I'd give you an even money bet it was silk. From the fibers that it looked like, I can't tell, but it does not look polyester. I may be wrong, and I may try to test it, or I may not, because I don't really care. But there is a pretty good size piece here. There's at least a yard. So that would make a beautiful base on a cover. It would make all kinds of things. So that is it was not a bad deal for that, even though I don't need fabric. So, and I just love these. I just love these three that I couldn't even see the black one. And I'm even more in love with that. So I will have to do something with those. I just had to have them. So I need to do something soon, though. Let's put this back in the bag so that I can get it out of the way. Because then I took Helen to one of my favorite haunts to get really good prices on paper. And I got really good prices the other day. They had like a scratch and dent shelf. This is a company that supplies printers. So basically they are a wholesale company. But they have a retail outlet, and you can go in there and buy as a retail person. And you're charged tax and the whole 9 yards. But I only ever try to buy the scratch and dent stuff because I'm not buying in enough quantity to need cases of paper. But they have things where the box gets bent. Sometimes what's inside gets bent, but these little envelopes was really cute. I really thought they were adorable little envelopes, and it's not a size I had already. So I thought they would be really cute on a page. They could be used just like that. They could be used to make a really cute little notebook, because we make envelope notebooks. So I picked up that box, and then I started out, I was only going to get one thing, and that was this paper. Let me get a sheet out, because I can't even pick up this ream of paper from the direction I am. This is just basic copy paper, but it's 11 by 17. And I love this size paper because it's big, and you can make any size journal you want and not lose the fold. You've got enough paper. So say I want to fold it this way and I want that much, I can cut this off. That's not a big deal. But there's no other paper that's going to give me this long, wide thing when folded in half. So I can make signatures more easily with this great big paper. That's one of the reasons why I like the legal size copy paper, for the same reason. And this was $4 for the ream of it. And I'm not kidding. The ream is very heavy. It's just ledger. It says ledger register. That means it's copy paper. And apparently the boxes have been damaged, but this doesn't even have any damaged corners. A lot of times when I go there, the corners have been damaged. I don't care, because by the time I paint on it, those little damaged corners are going to get straightened out anyways. Or say the envelopes got bent in the box. Things like that happen. But I got that, but it was $4 for the ream. I'll even actually get it over here. The whole big ream. See? He gave it to me. He gave it to me. He said something happened to the boxes and they cannot sell them, because if a printer were to use a piece of paper that had a bent corner, it could jam up the press and it could cost them a day's work. So anything that's damaged in any way, shape, or form, they can't sell to the printers, but they give people really good discounts on it, and so I do shop in there quite a bit. But I'll show you the other thing I got besides the envelopes and the this is like cardstock weight, but it's shiny. Now, I've had some shiny paper before. Basically, the shiny papers are coated with something so that the ink rests on top of them when the printer uses it. And a lot of times, those papers are cut bigger than normal. The reason for that is so that, the print shop can, the press has to grab hold of something. So basically, there's extra on the side so that the press can grab it, so that it can be registered like so and put back in several times, and so it's bigger. So this one is, I think it's, does it say on the front of it? Yeah, it's 13 inches by 19 inches. So it's huge, and it's kind of glossy, and it's cardstock weight. So, and that was a very reasonable price too. I think it was $10, but he didn't charge me enough. You know, I think he must have charged me about $5 for that. So that was our wonderful, wonderful thrift store shopping day. See, we got a lot of stuffs in one day, and after the printers, we needed to head home. We did get rained on, something fierce. It was a very, very, very wet day, but we had a really good time, and the afternoon just disappeared in a hurry going to the different stores. So anyways, guys, I hope this gives you some ideas of things that you can use in your journals and in your art. And for now, I'm going to tell you bye and tell you to go have fun, make some art. Bye-bye.